Alrighty, guys, we are back, and so is Willard Smitherton after a several-month hiatus after quite an interesting display at, what was it, the Oscars? Who cares? It's lame anyway. Views are down for good reason. So for those of you who don't remember, we'll do a quick recap, and that is Chris Rock was hosting this award show, and he's a comedian, so he's meant to be funny. He made jokes about everybody there, really, and then he made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith originally seemed to think it was funny, then after what it seems like prompting from Jada, got up and smacked Chris Rock in the face. Incredible stuff. Now, I hope everybody understands that his response was incredibly disproportionate and inappropriate, especially given the context that this is an award show. However, I will say one thing. If Will Smith did everything but the slap, I think he would have been totally justified. There's nothing wrong with Will Smith setting boundaries for his wife. Him getting up, going up there, interrupting, I think would have been totally fine. Now, if he had said, don't talk about my wife, and then Chris Rock proceeded to talk about his wife again, then legally, you should never smack anybody. But morally, you were warned. Right? But that's not what happened. And that would be that would be a very real world defense as well. Somebody's talking about your wife. You say you better knock it off. Don't say anything again. If they continue, you go and you gotta handle business sometimes. Okay. Now, to be honest with you, it seems like Will Smith has a lot of frustrations built up. His award acceptance speech after this, which by the way, I don't know if he really should have been able to. I mean, maybe he gets the award. I don't know if he should have been able to get the award. I mean, that's just to me. Kind of almost praising or normalizing his behavior, but whatever. Anyway, in his acceptance speech, it was very emotional. From my opinion, it seems like Will Smith is dealing with a lot. In my opinion, it seems to be a lot in relation to his relationship with his wife, which we have seen has been less than stellar, at least from my perspective, on Will Smith's mental health for quite some time now. But Will Smith is an adult with his own agency, his own autonomy, so we have to understand that he is the person to primarily blame here. Now, after the award show, he did like an Instagram apology, came off incredibly disingenuous, seemed more like he was responding to the heat than actually giving a reasonable response. But now he's back with another response. And to be honest with you, I think that it has the potential to be genuine. When it comes down to doing wrong things, obviously people can very quickly admit their mistakes if they make a pretty big mistake. For instance, if somebody, you fart in your wife's soup or something, you go, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. But sometimes it takes... it can take some time to really settle in and go, really take in the information that you're receiving from other people and question your actions based on what happened, especially since he got like no punishment. So, you know what I mean? It's like he probably would have been a little quicker to some kind of an apology if maybe they kicked him out and denied him their award. I think it's a huge thing. I mean, if imagine being a celebrity and you do like a bad thing that anybody else would have got punished for, but you don't get punished for it. Doesn't that... It makes it seem like maybe the thing wasn't so bad. So, Anyway, let's watch the apology, and let's see what we've got. The video's called My Behavior Was Unacceptable. Will Smith addresses Oscars slap, apologizes to Christopher Rockefeller. All right. Let's get probably to turn the audio up. It's been a minute over the last few months. I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. Good. Could you imagine if you guys could just stop working for like 8 months or whatever, or several months? Like, what? Like, imagine this happens at your work and you like smack someone at work. I mean, you're probably gonna get fired, but you got to go back to work the next day and you got to face everything. You get in a big argument with like a boss. That happens all the time. You got to go back to work and you got to face that boss again. What an incredible! It's so cool to just be able to disappear, huh? You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why?
The thing that, like, here's my thing is, like, I'm ready for the apology and I think it's going to be genuine, but to be honest with you, like, the thing that bothers me the most about this situation with Will Smith is that he still hasn't apologized for the last time that he pulled this. Like, he had another really big issue. He made like another really big mistake a while ago, a couple of years ago. Might have been more than that, and he's never addressed that. And that's probably the bigger problem. And this is what he never apologized for, right here. Is this? Where's our apology, Will?
Yeah.
It's rewind time. If I control rewind, I would want
to go back and not slap Chris Rock. All right, let's get back to them. He actually posted on his main channel. I'm going to watch it from his actual channel. I didn't realize that it was on his actual. Somebody else just like re-uploaded it, I guess, which is a little bizarre, but okay. All right. Let's watch it here. All right. All right. Love is the cure in the background. Incredible.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?
It was probably just too soon for him. It's like, do you really think about it? Have you ever done, like, I don't know. If I was in this situation, I don't know that I would have apologized that quickly. It was wrong. It's very easy for everybody else to be like, yeah, you fucked up. But I could see why it would take him a while to make an apology, to be honest with you.
I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk.
That's totally fair. Even if Will Smith's apology is genuine, and I think it's going to be, because Will Smith is historically very genuine. You don't have to accept an apology. Chris Rock never has to accept an apology, and because like the trust is kind of gone at that point. You know, I could see why the trust would be completely gone at that point.
And when he
especially since, and sorry for interrupting so much, but especially since after it happened, Will Smith didn't get punished. Could you imagine Chris Rock's perspective? Chris Rock got smacked in the award speech. He handled it like a champ. He had to be very cordial afterwards. And then they give Will Smith an award. Nobody walks him out of the building. Nobody kicks him out, or no arrest. And I could see why there'd be no arrest, but there's nothing done. So yeah, that's just like a whole the entire infrastructure around Chris Rock like failed him. I would be additionally pissed off. He didn't even get like justice in any capacity at all. There was nothing. There was nothing.
Will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did.
Oh, did she?
And, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family. Specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship.
It's only like a minute long.
While comedian Chris Rock hasn't spoken out about being slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars, his mom had a few words to say.
Could you imagine too? Like, I don't think it's beyond speculation to say one of the reasons that Will Smith's mom, Chris Rock didn't decide to speak up is because like that could hurt his career. Like, think about it. It's a weird point, but like think about it. He's like, yeah, fuck this guy. And then how many career opportunities could he potentially hurt because he got slapped? Like, Hollywood's fucking crazy. All right? I don't, and maybe that wouldn't happen. But I could see why he feels like it might happen.
Will slapped Chris, he slapped all of us. But he really slapped me.
Damn, he must have smacked him hard. Sorry.
Why do you say that?
Hold on.
Slapped all of us. But he really slapped me.
Damn.
Why do you say that?
Because when you hurt my child, you hurt me.
The Academy has now suspended Will Smith from coming to the Oscars,
And
for a number of years.
You don't even go every
Oh, did they?
year.
Oh, damn, she's fucking him. She's on him, bro. Good for her.
I don't think it was a true punishment.
Oh, no.
Do you think his award should have been taken away?
Yes.
I wouldn't take his award away, and I don't
would
see
she do
any
then? I
good
wonder.
way they could have taken him out without disrupting. So I'm really, really proud of the way Chris handled it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rose Rock appeared.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I respect that. Okay, let's continue.
Relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable.
Yeah.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened
Okay.
in that moment. And
What does he mean? I'm just curious what he means by that.
I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now.
I'd like you
but
to.
I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave
Okay.
in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
Okay.
After
Okay. That's fair. I like that. I actually like that. I don't know if he's going to go more into it, but I actually do like the fact that he is suggesting that there was so this is the thing, is that like a response was justifiable, but his response was not justifiable, right? Because you see a lot of people who make these like bullshit apologies, like, I'm sorry, I had no justification, and sometimes there is no justification for what you've done. But Will Smith's like, you know what, I handled it the wrong way, but I was disrespected. I think that's fair, because I think that shows that this is more genuine. I mean, if you're like, yeah, I was disrespected, but I shouldn't have responded that way. Okay, that's fair. That's very fair. I appreciate that. I can respect that. This is a good question.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something?
I think it's more like a signal, right? Like it's a click. I think that she's got him hypnotized. So when she rolls her eyes, that's like he goes into to goblin mode and he just. I don't think that's true, but she clearly was upset.
No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it.
AKA Christery. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah.
I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down?
What is the prompter, like 20 feet away from him, bro? Because that's how I read when I'm like sitting back. Well, maybe it's just getting old.
So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So
what does a central trauma mean, though? Seems a little weird to phrase like that. Okay.
It hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me.
Yeah, I get that. It feels like it's a little, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like the general expression is fine. Like, yeah, I'm not happy that I didn't live up to your expectations of me. Because that is him disrespecting himself, if you really think about it. I mean, he's generated a profound amount of respect based on the way that he's acted over this past how many, like, tens of years. And a lot of it kind of crashed down in that moment. But it feels a little hammy the way that he's expressing it. It feels like a little like, oh, a trauma. I was like, I don't know. Maybe? I feel like, I don't know. That part seems a little hammy. The fundamentals, I get it, though. But okay.
And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. Right? I'm human.
What?
Be remorseful without being ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself. What do you mean? Remorseful? You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself for the way that you acted. What do you mean? You should be ashamed of yourself, but you should rise above that shame to be better, of course. But like, what? What do you mean? Okay.
Right? I'm human.
Sure.
And I made
Humans engage in shameful activity, right?
a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit.
Well,
So
you a little bit, but it's, you know, yeah. You're trying to do the right thing, I think, by defending your wife. I get that. It's still something that I would say is a generally shameful act, but okay.
would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking.
It was fucking unhinged, bro. It was so disproportionate. I mean, this man was Chris Rock was making jokes, and then you laughed at the joke, and then Jada gave you a look, and then you smacked the man. It was fucking insane. It was about as bad as it could have went. It was fucking crazy. It was. I mean, we have to remember it, right? We have to remember what happened. You know.
But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world.
Okay.
And, you know,
well, then you should make another Wild Wild West movie, because I think we all can agree that was one of the greatest movies of all time.
if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
All right. You know, overall, it wasn't that bad. I don't think it was really that bad. I think it was genuine. Like I said, it might have been like a little hammy when he was playing up his, you know, some of the aspects of it. I would have liked him to talk more about the slap, I guess. I feel like we didn't get a genuine answer when it came to Jada. I mean, I don't think she said anything, but it seemed like he got some form of a signal based on their relationship. But I wish he would have addressed a little bit more Chris Rock. Maybe reinforced more that, like, he had a really disproportionate response, that he understands that Chris Rock is a comedian and entertainer trying to just do his job, and that he got really upset with his wife being disrespected, and what he did was wrong. But he said, and even maybe even not double down, but even say, like, you know, I think a response was completely warranted, but that was just not the response to have. I think that would have been totally reasonable. But overall, I mean, you know, we could sit here and we can, you know, we could all throw our hats into the ring and say, this is what you could have done. This is what you could have done, did better. Willard Smith or did no. This is what could have been done better when it came to an apology. But I don't think anybody, any of us will ever give the perfect apology to anything that'll make everybody happy. So overall, I think this was solid, and I think it was genuine. I think that's the biggest thing, is I do think it was genuine. So yeah. Peace out. Hit the woe for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.